Woo! Give it up for her!
Yeah.
Man, I gotta tell you guys, this is the best looking crowd I've ever seen. Yeah. Especially since you all paid to get in. Man, can you believe I'm the headliner? Me? It's only because I begged. Boy, please. But anyway, before I get this show started, I want to dedicate this show to my mom because she's my biggest support, and I've inherited her fighting spirit. So, Mom, this is for you. Well, some of you may know that I have lived with this terrible autoimmune disease called lupus for years, and in this twisted way, I was always kind of jealous of cancer patients. I mean, think about it. They get all the attention. People bake them cookies and casseroles. Cancer centers get all the funding. Suffering with lupus, I thought, well, where are my cookies and casseroles? Where's my funding? Then last year, I finally got what I wanted. Cancer. I know, that's a sick joke. It's true. I was diagnosed with lymphoma, which is cancer of the lymph nodes. And I've been hospitalized numerous times since. And a lot of embarrassing things can happen to you when you're in the hospital. Been there? For instance, when your resident doctor prescribes you an enema, and he's cute. It's so much better when they're ugly. The most mortifying experience happened last summer when my very handsome doctor, who's more like a friend, had to examine my vagina for the first time, with my female nurse present, of course. And because I'm waiting for that very special person, let's just say it's been a long time since anyone has been close to, has seen, or has ever heard of my vagina. So, when he went down there to look, and I parted my legs, dust blew in his face. I wanted to die right then. Can you believe it? Dust. His eyes were all watering. The only reason why he wasn't sneezing was because he had one of those masks on. Even my nurse's eyes were watering, and he stepped back. Thankfully, he took it all in stride and found nothing wrong with me. Man, you guys, I'm on so much medication that if a vampire bit me, instead of blood, he'd get side effects. But it's not always so bad staying in a hospital. The last time I was there, I had the cutest male nurse. Yeah, he made me wish I was 22 again, and gay. But let me tell you, if I die from this, there are some people I'm going to haunt. For you girlfriends out there that didn't compliment me when I looked good and could have used a compliment, one night you're going to be getting ready and about to put on your makeup, and then the lights are going to go out. And they'll go on and out, on and out, on and out and on. And then you'll suddenly realize your makeup's missing. And you'll say, I swear I put my makeup bag right here. Oh no, honey, you haven't gone crazy. I'm there. from my male friends who didn't laugh at my jokes in comedy school. One day it'll be dark and gloomy, and you'll set down your favorite double cheeseburger on the kitchen counter. You'll step out a minute, and you'll come back, and it'll be half eaten. You'll search around the house, wondering who ate it, and no one will be there, because I ate it. And for the guy who stood me up at my junior prom, Eric, if you're out there, one night you're going to be driving all alone on a dark highway with no other cars around you. And out of nowhere, I'll appear in the middle of the road in my red prom dress. Looking hot. You'll slam on your brakes, and I'll suddenly be in your passenger seat, scaring you so much you pee yourself. I'll then say, "What the hell were you thinking? Look what you missed out on, stupid boy." I'll then kiss you, and then I'll vanish, and you'll be left with wet pants and a wet car seat. But honestly, I don't think I'm going to be doing too much haunting, because I'm going to be up in heaven trying on my new Victoria's Secret angel wings. Bang, new body. But you know what's scarier than ghost and illness? Online dating. Yeah, I had tried this popular website called Plenty of Fish, or as I'd like to call it, Catch and Release. And I put on my profile that I'm a writer. This very young 18-year-old guy writes me and says that, you know, he'd like to hang out with me, and maybe I could help him with his writing skills. I'm thinking, he wants me to fool around with him and help him with his homework? Online dating can be pretty scary. Yeah, there was this one guy on there who kept calling me and texting me, even though I told him I didn't feel the same way about him. But I finally got rid of him. I returned his phone call, told him I wanted to get married, never heard from him again. Now, most people know what a drive-by is, but I have a different definition of it. It's when you're driving to a restaurant and you see your date that you met online outside, and you just keep on driving. It's too bad it didn't work out between me and Carl. Now, I didn't meet him online, but anyway, Carl was so cute and so sweet, and we seemed to have made this real connection. But in the end, I was dissed. So I bought myself a dog to cheer myself up, and I named him Carl. Now I have a dog that ignores me and doesn't return text messages. You know what I dream of? I dream of a beautiful wedding. I want the perfect venue, the gorgeous dress, the tall cake. I mean, after all, you only get married twice. When I do find my second husband, I hope he doesn't have a very big penis. I have a small vagina. I'd like to keep it that way.
Boy, you've got a lot of dates lined up now.
cancer. It's making me tired. Going through a divorce was sure rough. I mean, we had to split up everything. But baby, you can believe that that Led Zeppelin box set came home with me. Yeah, they say it takes two to screw up a marriage. And I fully take my 20% of the blame. I always thought sex was a lot of work, you know? All the sweating and the panting and the biting and the scratching and hell, that was just me trying to get out of it. When I got divorced, I moved from metropolitan, beautiful, bright, sunny Arizona to boring ass, lame Western Branch in Chesapeake, Virginia. And there was this one day when I was eating at Piccadilly cafeteria all alone, and I was feeling kind of sorry for myself. You know, here I was, divorced, with health issues, living in a place where the only sign of culture is Starbucks. And just when I thought my life couldn't get any worse, an old man walks by my booth and farts. But I gotta say, things are sure different from the real world versus the online world. In real life, when I was younger, even though I was married, men hit on me all the time. Now that I'm divorced and a little older, I can't get hit by a brick. Hey, you guys are laughing too hard at that one. That's not entirely true. Recently, there was a guy named Keith who had done some work on my mom and mine's house. And Keith's a good-looking guy, but he's really not what I'm looking for. Besides, he's only 25, and grief, you have to at least be 26. What's this cougar thing about anyway? I'm no cougar. My taste just hasn't changed.
There you go.
But back to Keith. So out of the blue, he starts texting me, even though I never flirted with him or crossed any professional line. At first, I'm polite, but then he starts sending me good morning messages and good night messages when he barely knows me. How creepy is that? And then, much like the scary guy online, Keith starts persistently calling. I never pick up. But I was so tired of it, one day I do decide to pick up. And I say to him, you know, I don't know if you realize this, but I have cancer and I'm really going through a lot right now. Thinking he would back off, didn't work. He still kept calling and texting to the point where it was stressful. So the last time he called, my mother picked up the phone and she told him that I died. So you know what else is frustrating? Being lost in a busy city with jerks on the road. I was going down the wrong end of Colonial one day because I was looking for this particular building. And realizing I'd gone down the wrong end, I'm at a light waiting to make a U-turn. When the light goes green, I can't go because of the oncoming traffic. The jerk behind me starts beeping his horn. Beep, 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 beep. So I flip this jackass the bird. The road clears. I'm finally able to turn. But now I'm just like so mad and so upset, using words I shouldn't be using. Bleep this and bleep that. And where the bleep is this building? Oh, there it is. I pull in the parking lot, look at the clock, and shoo, just in time for the prayer meeting. It's true, I am a Christian. Believe it or not, Christian girl gone wild, but I am a Christian. Is this thing my way? Can everybody see me?
Yes, Olivia.
So, some Christians, here we go. Some Christians speak in tongue, and which means not praying words aloud, but purging sounds from your spirit. And I did it once, but I don't think I did it right, because it sounded something like this. Shibatibaluka-tiba-tichuki, shigapatibati-shipatiri, E-I, E-I, oh. All right, let's talk about family.
Oh.
So Mom and I are riding in the car, and she says, I wanted to try that steak butt. Steak butt? Mom, you mean Outback? Or she'll say something like, let's go to Heater. Mom, you mean Harris Teeter. Stop correcting me. Without me, you have no jokes. Shut off your phone.
Oh.
So I called my 13-year-old niece the other day, and I asked her what she's doing. She tells me she's listening to the oldies. Meanwhile, I can hear in the background the Nirvana CD I put in her Easter basket. Nirvana, the oldies! But I have the sweetest nephew. He's 9 now, but when he was 7, my brother overheard him praying for God to bring me a husband. Is that the sweetest thing? You know your love life looks bleak when even a 7-year-old asks God for you to find a man. But we all know that's not true. You just have to be willing to settle. So I asked him, who do you think is really pretty? Thinking he'd say something like Taylor Swift or Miley Cyrus. Instead, he says, you, Auntie. I was so touched and so flattered. And then he said, Auntie, can I have $5? I think he's going to grow up to be a comic himself. Yeah, I asked him if Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez should get married. And he said, no, they're both girls. You guys know I cannot do this thing without doing a Twilight joke. I am the biggest Twilight fan, and it's really sad when the last movie came out. Oh, the memories. I remember looking up at the big screen at Edward Cullen for the first time and wondering what it would be like to make love to that cold, beautiful vampire. I then rushed to the grocery store, bought some popsicles, took them to my room, and like an Angelina Jolie movie, they were gone in 60 seconds. Told you I was a Christian girl gone wild. Only in my mind, though. Only here. Not real life. Let's see. Well, I may be a big fan of Kristen Stewart. No, I said that wrong. I may be a big fan of Twilight, but I am not a big fan of Kristen Stewart. I mean, who the hell does she think she is dating my husband? Last one. And then I've got people to thank, and then, Jim, you want to do some time?
I mean, I will, Olivia, but you're the closer. I don't want to steal your thunder. So.
Okay, okay. Last joke. So, I went bra shopping the other day, you guys. It was exhausting. I mean, I tried on all these different bras, and nothing seemed to fit right. But then I got daring enough to try on one of those Wonder Bras, you know, and it like squished my boobs all together, and they were like spilling all out, and I looked like a whore in heat. So I bought 3 of them. That's my time. First of all, I want to thank God because I've been through so much in life, not with just this cancer, but living with lupus for years, and I'm still here. And so, I thank my mom, who's just like the best mom in the world. Here she is, senior citizen, drops me all the way to MCD hospital all the time. And when she can't do it, Roni does.
Wow.
I want to thank longtime friends that are out here. Tammy, who's a nurse, you know, she really did her best to save my life at Maryview, so she sent me to another hospital.
In a helicopter. It's true.
I want to thank all the women that have sold tickets. Lisa Strickland, Haley Aaron Johnson, Pamela Chambers, Desiree Monet Glenn. You guys, you gals, you just rock. You love me, and I love you back. And thank you, thank you. All the people who donated. I don't know all their names, but Sarah Jones is one of them, Liberty Ross, Pam Chambers, and if I didn't include your name, no, I thank you anyway, and I really appreciate that. And I just thank all of you beautiful people for being here and showing the love and supporting me tonight, and I knew this was going to be an amazing night, and thank you. Thank you.
Aww.